our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
The views and opinions of the producers, hosts, and guests in the show do not directly reflect the official stand and policies of the management, the network, and the company.
Growing your business, achieving prosperity, and gain happiness is what Philippine business Feng Shui is all about. Join us as our Feng Shui Masters give you the guidance only here on Big Media Network.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you who are watching around the globe. Do you want to live in prosperity? Do you want to achieve success in business and personal life through Feng Shui application? Do you want to learn tips how to achieve the balance of your spirit, life ways, and environment? If your answer is yes to all of these questions, then stay with us. You are here with us, Feng Shui for Business. I am your host, Reverend Lilian Hewlett, your Feng Shui and Reiki Master. So today is a very special day, and it is Sunday, and today is a good day for groundbreaking, building, and opening or moving houses. So it can be today and tomorrow. So what is also very special for us tonight is we are bringing more tips for you and Feng Shui for business. So let us have the title of the topic today, more tips. Now more Feng Shui business tips. Our goal is to bring Feng Shui into your life so closer that you would really like to live within the harmony through Feng Shui. So we always go to our first slogan, and Feng Shui is for all. Feng Shui for all. So we would like to have Feng Shui for everyone, no matter what status of life you have. Feng Shui is for all of us. And of course, Feng Shui should always go with our action and our spirit. It is not about the tools that we just put in our home, but it is also about all the integration of our body, mind, spirit, and action. So our second slogan is spirit plus action is equal to prosperity. So say it with me. Spirit plus action is equal to prosperity. So again, we would like to greet all the followers of Feng Shui for Business and V81 Radio, OFW around the globe, Feng Shui followers, Reiki practitioners, light workers, angel light workers, and all the business owners. Greetings and peace to all of you. We would like to invite you to communicate with us and join us in our discussion. Please use the chat box if you have any questions and let us know. And if we cannot answer you now, we can also answer you in our Facebook page. So we would like to really hear from you. And of course, I shall not be complete. Our show will not be complete without my partner. So joining me in activating the wealth and prosperity in your business and on home. So let me introduce my fellow Feng Shui activator, Dragon Angel Guide, Miss Darleen Turda.
Good evening, Teacher Isa. I'm so excited for tonight. And good evening, Philippine business Feng Shui followers. It has been an amazing first season, teacher, right?
Wow, October 1.
True.
October 1 is now. Yes,
Yeah.
first season for us. So thank you for being with
Thank you so
me.
much. Thank you, teacher, for giving this opportunity to join you. So I'm truly grateful and honored to have shared and learned from all of you listeners, watchers of our Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much. At your service, I am Darlene, your Dragon Angel Guide to assist you in rediscovering your own Feng Shui.
Yay, thank you, Darleen. So how was the week? It seems, as usual, it's a busy week, right? So how was the week? What is our, what caught your attention this week?
For this week, actually, I had my second COVID, but then while having the infection, I the most common as I felt is the typhoon. Sunod-sunod yung
Mhm.
typhoon, ano? Grabe,
Yeah,
hits us badly.
yes, and actually not only typhoon here, but hurricane it is in other parts of the world, right?
Mm.
Yeah. But
And,
speaking of your being sick, huh, your body really recuperates so fast. Wow. Thank
and
God
it is
for
big.
that.
Yeah, it is because I did not the holistic approach for this disease. I feel
Mm-hmm.
that it is not just my body is reintegrating all the yung changes that has coming into. I did Reiki, of course. Thank you so much, teacher, for also sending Reiki. Also,
Yeah,
healthy food,
welcome.
Ayurvedic food, and then syempre some cleansing, and then the suob.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher, wow, very powerful yung suob. I did that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
proud to tell the teacher that the medications I just took was only paracetamol, and
Mm-hmm.
the others are just pure herbal, and then taking care of myself. And then, of course, rest. Rest very important at this pag ganito yung nararamdaman mo na.
Yes, yes, that's really right. So, when we get sick, it's also like imbalance in our body and also imbalance in nature. So like typhoon also.
Yeah.
An imbalance in nature. And I think a lot of people also have been affected by the recent typhoon and also hurricane around the world, right?
Yes, teacher. One of our dear friends in Reiki, right? Their school
Mm-hmm.
actually was affected, diba? And
Yeah, I think it's in the north, right?
mm-mm, true.
Um,
Most of
and
the
mhm. Yes, okay, Doug.
affected ones are in the north, and with this natural disasters happening, for
Mm-hmm.
me, I took it just like when I get sick as a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, life challenge, diba? We all come here,
Yes.
we all came here prepared actually. But depending on
Mm-hmm.
every situation, our it depends on how we react and the ways on how we handle and help others to face the challenge.
Yes, that's really true. Though, um, one thing that I have experienced is really the Hurricane Irma.
Yeah.
And during the time before the Hurricane Irma, I was praying to God and I was um, asking God if it is not against the law of nature, may this hurricane like slow down. But what came to me was it's going to happen, but it's not going to really affect the people. It really did. It's like all the houses in the houses in Vision Island, including our houses, are houses because we have two places there. Maybe it's like it's really flat. The was
Mm,
really flat. So we usually call it disaster. But if we are going to look at it in the law of nature, it is like a balancing act of nature, also for us, a balancing act and also clearing. It can be a disaster really for humans, but really a balancing act for the elements. So balancing act of the elements is also like a balancing act when we deal with feng shui in our home. So what do you think of that? When I say that the balancing act of nature is also like the act of balancing the elements in our home.
Actually, teacher, that is the great thing about joining you in this feng shui discussion because I've been learning a lot, and I'm sure our audiences are learning a lot too because the way you see the different perspective that you're sharing with us is also parang we live in with nature and not
Mm-hmm.
we control the nature, diba?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we accept the balance as because we also giving back giving to nature what it is giving us back to, di ba? Parang ganun lang
Yes.
yun. Ano
Yes.
binibigay
Yes.
natin, binabalik din sa atin. So it's a balance
Yeah.
really.
That's very true. So like in our home, if there's an imbalance of the elements, like the air, the fire, the water, the wood, the metal, it can also come like a typhoon inside the home. There can be a sickness, there can be what we call bad luck. But if we connect to the elements around the home, then we can be in a balance. No matter what challenges that we have in life coming from the outside or coming from our own experience, there can still be a balance within because the energy within our home to the balancing of the elements by connecting to the different nature or elements in our home can also make us cope with all the things that we have. No? So let's say in our home in Tortola, there's really an imbalance there, no?
Mm,
That we have to really make a way on how we can not be affected with it. No? And that house really went flat. But we came here, back here in the Philippines, um, able to sustain ourselves. Because I believe it's also because of our belief in God and of course our work and of course the environment that we have created in our home. So there are so many things to learn on how to balance ourselves, our environment, and the reason why we have our last episode for the season as more business tips. And we are really very glad for this topic. So maybe Darlene, you can tell us more about the topic for tonight.
definitely,
Yeah.
teacher. So
Yes.
excited again, and it's every Sunday. I'm so excited. But before that, of course, we would like to mention our slogan: sa ikauunlad ng bayan, Feng Shui ang kailangan. So tonight is our last episode for this season. Yay!
We
Wow!
made it. Thank you, Lay.
Time
Thank you,
does
Boss
travel
Charlie.
fast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Big Media. So time does travel fast when we enjoy what we do, diba, teacher?
Yes. Yeah.
So tonight we will give you more feng shui tips, as I believe will surely be of help to everyone. So stay tuned as we pause for a break.
We will be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media Network. It's a tough business out there. So many uncertainties, operational difficulties, deadlines. We provide the solutions and services that your company needs at the best price, guaranteed, with our global principles. And experienced partners, we bring solutions to your current and future business. Inolution, supporting your business as always. Video meetings are the future of collaboration. Meetings are like people. No two are ever the same. Logitech provides better meetings where everyone can be seen and heard, because great meetings just don't happen. Logitech, with our partner Inolution, ensures your video collaboration is at the next level. Inolution, supporting your business as always. To serve you sooner, email us at support@inolution.com.ph. Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media Network.
Hello, we're back. Before we discuss our topic for tonight, let us go back to the topics that we have discussed for the past 3 months. Now, we would like you to remember, and if you need to deepen, you may go back to the videos posted in the FB page of the Feng Shui for Business or Big Media or YouTube. You can go back there to deepen. So I believe, Darleen, you have to correct me or you may add if I missed something here, right? So we started with Feng Shui experience. Yes. Darleen, remember in this Feng Shui experience, we have guests. Do you remember? We have
Mm-hmm.
guests like Mina, who else?
Yeah.
Sweetie, and they
Yeah.
discussed about their experiences in applying Feng Shui, right?
Yeah. I did
And they
enjoy.
think, yeah,
Sorry, teacher. Well, I just cannot forget about their sharing, like with
mm-hmm,
teacher Mina about the farm school and Sweetie and how she
mm-hmm,
really balanced off her life coming from nothing to now what she's doing right now, helping a lot of people, right? I'm so
yes,
thankful for
yes,
that episode too.
yes. I love that episode. Also. There's so many stories about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we discussed also some decluttering for good luck, right? So decluttering for good luck, and we have Miss Ali here. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you remember here?
A lot, teacher. Wow. Actually, I was asking her, Ali, if she can also join us in the next season, Eva. But because there's
Yeah.
a lot of inputs in decluttering and how the space affects us and how the living space, it's called living space because it's also alive. Yun
Mhm.
for
Yeah. And speaking of her web page or work, She calls it align, Ali
Yeah.
align, right? Yes, and she does it for as a coaching also, right? The decluttering as a coaching. And next, um, here we didn't have any guests, but we discussed about the after decluttering. I think we also discussed something about space clearing, right? After the decluttering, and then we went into the opening or the door. So
Yes.
that will be the knock, knock, knock is coming to your door. So we discussed about the significance of the entry point, the entrance, and the door. Right? What else did we discuss it?
The entryway and the door is the one that welcomes your lock. It's
Mm-hmm.
depending on what's in front of your door, in how the lock will come into your, or if there's no lock, or if there's clutters, if there are clutters, then
Yeah, the clutter, no? So we have to really. So if you would like to deepen your understanding on this door, on this episode, please go back to our webpage. There is the video there and also in our YouTube. And after that, we discuss every week the four major sectors that are important for the business and home. No, so through the Bagua, we discussed um, the abundance and prosperity. We also we discussed the south sector, the southeast, southwest, and also the north sector that represents also the career. The southwest represents the relationship, and the south represents the fame and recognition. So I believe that that's the time that we also taught the audience on looking into the Bagua based on the compass and also through the BPP pension. Right, Darlene? Yes.
yes, teacher. Actually, the last part I remember is
Mm-hmm.
you taught us about checking on our own element, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should,
Yeah.
everyone, audience, look for that video because it's very good video for you to check on your own bagua,
Yeah.
your
And I
own
also
element.
like the way you discussed, Darlene, about looking into ourselves first, right? Before going into the environment.
Yes.
No? So you gave them several tips. Okay, what I really like, Darlene, here is we really discuss about the inner self, no, as a part and part of the human human luck in the cosmic trinity of Feng Shui, where we also need to look into our thoughts and emotions, right? So I like the way you ask people on their thoughts and emotions when checking also the different sectors. And then our last Sunday, we had a guest and we discussed about the feng shui and sound, right? So through Miss Yayet Sanluhi. Okay, Darlene, so what do you remember with the sharing of Yayet?
That's so unfortunate for me, teacher Isa, because I was cut
Oh, yes,
during
I forgot. I forgot, sorry. Yes,
yeah,
you were
discussion.
half part only. Yes,
Mm,
you were half part, right? Yeah. So, but Yayet expressed the different effects of the sound because we as human beings also have our own vibration. And even if you don't have the sound outside, you still vibrate to your own voice, to your own hum. That's why whatever we have as a vibration also affects the environment and vice versa. Whatever sounds that we have outside also affects our inner thoughts, inner emotions. So those are all what we have learned, no, in the Feng Shui. So Feng Shui, though it is metaphysical in nature, is really very practical. So I would like to note again with what we always say. Can we have the slide for that? Feng Shui is a living skill, and there's an art to it. It is scientific, it is mathematical, and at times it's logical with an element of magic. So that's Feng Shui. So your living space is your Feng Shui. Even though you are sometimes not aware of it, but sometimes you are practicing it unconsciously. So why not practice Feng Shui consciously? And if you want to have more power over your space and your business, then let us learn Feng Shui in the right way. Okay, so now, Darleen, maybe it's time for us to introduce our guest.
Yes, of course. For tonight, we have to cap up our first season. More Feng Shui tips, business tips will be coming from Mr. Greg Çiocson. Is a Feng Shui master. He is a senior advisor. Gregory is a broadly accomplished practitioner, lecturer, and researcher on the principles of harmony and oneness. He is adept at the classical system of geomancy called Feng Shui, life chart analysis through astrology, health and wellness through pranic healing and Reiki, and the spiritual evolution through prayers and meditation. So let's all welcome Sir Greg Çiocson.
Hello sa inyo lahat.
Hi! Hi! Very, very nice to meet you again. My gosh.
I was
Um,
listening earlier to your discussion and I was enthralled at what you were discussing. So para na rin akong nag-review nung mga past episodes nyo.
yeah. Yeah. So, I think the last time that we have seen each other was really maybe 2010 pa, no? Yeah,
Sometime, yeah, like
yeah,
that
I think mhm. I
when
think it's like,
we had workshops in your place in Quezon City, di ba?
yes, but I think we met when there was this guy, I forgot, Phoenix. Phoenix
Yes,
passed
yes,
away.
yes.
Yeah, that's the
Oo.
time that we met. Yeah,
Mga 2014 ba yon?
2013. 2013.
13. I see. Oo.
Yeah, so nice to meet you again.
Oo.
Okay, so we have you now, and now we have prepared actually questions for you. So, but the first one that we are really very eager to know is what I have seen that there is like a classical feng shui, and how will you describe the work for the others? So, because in the past we have been discussing the different types of feng shui available to people. So, but for this, how will you describe your work?
Kasi uh, the classical ones are those that really focus on the the terrain, the shape, and then the
Mm.
landform and
Uh-huh.
how it is perceived. Kasi they have based it on uh, uh, thousands of years of observation. So it has become parang documented, well documented,
Mm.
that
Yeah.
if this is the shape, if this is how it looks, then most likely this is its effect on people
Mhm.
staying in that place. And
Mhm.
then there are types of people who will be more affected, and then there are types of people who are lesser affected by this type of effect. So it came
Mhm.
to a point na it has been personalized uh,
Mhm.
based on they personalize it based on the person's profile, which is
Mhm.
based on birthdays, to see
Mhm.
whether this particular type of feng shui is suitable for this person or not. So there will
Mhm.
be choices to make for the consultant to give advice. Now, for your type of work, for your type of strength and weaknesses, this is more suitable for you. So this is the
Mhm.
recommended one for you. For example, if you're a
Yeah.
writer or researcher, or you're more into selling, or you're more into um, healing. So iba-iba. You're into law,
Mm-mm.
legal, government. So this could be the recommended one for you. So it reached that point already na mix and match na according to the needs of the person. So,
Mm-mm.
for example, if I'm conversing with an entrepreneur, so we also have a way of doing the strengths and weaknesses analysis, which we base on the birth chart of the
Mm-mm.
entrepreneur. And then
Mm-mm.
we, the entrepreneur would ask, am I compatible partnering with this person for this business? So
Mm-mm.
we do the analysis. Parang, di ba, it's partnership is there are different types. There's marriage,
Yeah.
there's business partnership. Uh,
Mm-mm.
so we match also, and then we tell them that the two of you or the three of you uh, will be more compatible in this type of business because these are your strengths based on the birth chart. And
Mm-mm.
then they
Yeah.
also double check it with their, kasi we in strategic planning we always do strength, weakness, opportunity, yung SWOT, di ba?
So
So
what?
na
Yeah.
namimik na ano din naman, nababangga naman yan doon. Ah, tama nga, ito nga siya. And then
Mm-mm.
the unseen portion can be uncovered using the profile of the person using astrology and feng shui.
Mm-mm.
So it becomes
Mm-mm.
an added, parang an added value to what is usually done in academically na yung SWOT.
Yeah.
So nagiging ano siya, nagiging nai-enhance lalo yung analysis as part of the parang overall strategy of a person who wants to enter into business. Iba naman
Mm.
yung, for example, let's say a real estate development, whether vertical
Mm-hmm.
or horizontal projects. So since they want um, their property to have the advantage of feng shui,
Mm-hmm.
but since they don't know yet who will be the occupants kasi ibibenta pa yon, di ba? Magpi-pre-selling,
Mm-mm.
may mga ano pa sila, ma-market pa nila. Then the type of feng shui that we do there is yung generic type so that it
Mm-mm.
becomes compatible to most buyers. And
Mm-mm.
then
Yeah.
what we just advise the buyers is to consult us when they have decided to, let's say, choose which among the three properties that they feel attached to or that they feel the property um, is parang inviting them to be the owners. so
Mm-mm.
so
Yeah.
that when we personalize the property to them, kasi the birth chart of the person, especially the breadwinner in the family, kasi everybody relies on the breadwinner, di ba?
Mm-mm.
So we give importance to that, and then we see na, oh, in this type of house, this is where you should put your things, your bedroom, etc. This is how you position, so that it's more harmonious to you and supportive of your mission in life. For example, as a CEO or as a manager, teacher,
Mm-hmm.
artist. So yun. So
Yeah.
there. So those are the different types of way of
Work.
tackling it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really like aligning the heaven lock into the earth lock,
Yes.
the heavenly lock as the chart of the person. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Kasi di ba,
Oh, I get
you cannot.
excited.
Yeah, because you cannot parang put a blanket uh, na this is good for everybody. Hindi naman. Kasi
Yeah,
for
that's really
example,
good.
there is a past experience when um, they said this property is good because the previous occupant prospered and even
Mm-mm.
found opportunities abroad. So this must be a good
Mm-mm.
property. So kukunin natin to, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. But we tell them, wait, let's analyze the personality profile of the property with your let's say with your birth chart, so that
Yeah.
we can ensure that when you move in, the energy in the property is really supportive of your goals and endeavors, not
Yeah.
making your life harder. Because even if it
Mm-mm.
has been it has shown to make the previous occupant prosperous, we still have to make sure that dun sa temperament ng new occupant, ano pa rin siya, compatible pa rin. But
Mm-mm.
if it's really, the property has really made the previous occupant prosperous, chances are may good energy talaga siya. But we really have just
Mm.
to make sure na ma-maximize nung lilipat. Kasi buying a
Yeah.
property is an investment, di ba? It's not 10,000, 100,000. It is in millions.
Yeah. So it's really
So para hindi naman
personalized.
masayang, oo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Jackie, do you have a question? Thank you, Greg.
Yes, Sir Greg, your work is
Darleen.
definitely interesting. Tulubat. So how did you get into Feng Shui practice po?
Ah, ever since I was in elementary, in our house there are so many books, and there are a lot of time that in the olden days wala pa naman tayong internet, etc.
Mm-hmm.
We're left with, when there's nothing to do, you go to your parang shelves and then look, ano, alin ba ditong hindi ko pa nababasa, yung mga ganon. And there were books there that really interested me, like mythology. And
Mm-hmm.
then, hindi ko alam kung bakit may libro din doon on astrology. So, binasa-basa ko. So, maganda siya. And then, it really interested me among the other books in the on the shelves. So, that's how
Mm-hmm.
it started. And so nakalagay doon yung mga uh, astrological signs ng person, ganyan, ganyan. Ganito pala yan, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I grew older, uh, uso na sa television yung mga talk shows with feng shui guests, ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sat down once just to listen. And then I observed that parang the topic was very interesting to me. Yung bang you can see that the energy of the topic parang is going through you, na even the punctuation marks, mamememorize mo pag pinaulit sa'yo. Yung gano'n. Sabi ko, maganda
Wow.
yata ito. So sige, panayang panood ko, and then I
Uh-huh.
started attending events na related to it. And then I met other
Mm-hmm.
people of the same interest. And then we shared notes, we attended seminars. But before, I thought of experimenting it on myself, kasi we don't just naman take information blindly, di ba? Ayaw naman natin nun.
Yes.
So, may ganun na tayong sense ever since. So,
Mm-hmm.
sabi ko, itry ko nga ito sa akin. Sabi daw, ito daw, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So, ginagawa ko in my own space. And then,
Mm-mm.
sabi ko, uy, effective nga. Sabi ko, ito yata yung tinatawag, but parang magic. Kanina nga nakita ko doon sa slide mo that feng
Uh-huh.
shui is actually logical. It involves formula, computation, etc. But the results are magical. Ganun nga. Sabi ko,
Yeah.
if you do it properly pala, using the formula and then the the practices, you can have a magical result. Kasi we're not used to having very good effects in our life at that time, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So by doing all those things, nakikita mo nga na maganda. And then you cannot contain it to yourself. You start to share
Mm-hmm.
your experiences with office mates, with relatives, up to the point na um, I volunteer to analyze the birth charts of office mates, relatives,
Oh.
talagang without fail. So bumili pa ako ng maliit na notebook where I have to
Uh-huh.
really where I took notes and then analyze, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Kahit yung lola ko, kahit sino na lang. And then they
Hindi mo
started
ako inabot, ha?
and then they started referring friends,
Uh-huh.
etc. And then that started to take up my time. And then later
Uh-huh.
on, I read something na for you to parang become a parang expert on something, you have to start by parang doing practices and paulit-ulit. Sabi ko, ito yung ginawa ko noon na. Sabi ko gano'n. So,
Yeah.
that's how I started it. Siguro yun talaga yung interest ko kasi bakit magtiyaga
Yeah.
ako doon, di ba?
Yeah. And it's really your path kasi it's already taking your time.
Mm-mm.
It's taking your time, so that means it's really overpowering na what you're doing. So it's really your path, right?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
since ang life naman natin, that's not the entirety of what we do in life. So,
Mm-mm.
since I also do other things like I'm in business development and so dinidivide ko
Mm-mm.
lang yung time ko. Usually
Mhm.
I can attend to Feng Shui inquiries on weekends, on days that I
Mm-mm.
do not have other things to do. It came to a point na
Mm.
sometimes I have to refer inquiries to my
Mm.
fellow practitioners.
Wow, we're so lucky to have
So,
you
oo,
this
and then I
this
just guide,
weekend.
yeah, so and then I just guide them na for this person, for example, familiar ako dun sa tao, I just guide my colleague in Feng Shui na this person is this. So baka ito yung mas maganda. Ikaw, pakigawa mo na lang siya kasi wala akong loaded na ako, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
So, gano'n naman, symbiotic, di ba?
Oo. So how would you rate the acceptance of Feng Shui practice today? Some
Uh,
previous
our
today
aware,
and before.
yeah, because with the help of media, the awareness is higher than compared to years before. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
marami na ring Filipino masters kasi nag-discuss nito in talk shows, whether radio or newspaper or TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So the awareness is higher. But really,
Mm-hmm.
the places with mature awareness in Feng Shui are our neighboring countries. And you can see
Mm-hmm.
naman that they are more prosperous because it really helps in prosperity of a country if
Yeah.
Singapore, even the government makes it a point na nafo-feng shui ang kanilang mga tinatayo, di ba? Malaysia
Mm-hmm.
is also
Yes.
one. Hong Kong is also, Taiwan is also, yung mga ganon. So it
Mm-hmm.
helps in it has helped in their nation building initiatives. And it shows.
Yeah.
Oo. And here in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, it's growing. Um,
Yeah.
even mga budding entrepreneurs, they're also aware of it. So we help them also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Darleen, you have touched on.
Yes, we just came from a lockdown, diba? So, what would your tips and or things that you would like to share for this time of the year? Now, we have 3 months to go, but still would like to welcome 2024 with a bang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also, maybe you can already share our more business Feng Shui tips, right?
I see. Yeah, because as part of economic recovery, everyone wants to at least bring back the vibrance pre-lockdown period, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so what drives the economy? Siyempre, consumerism. People patronize your products, your services, and to do that, you have to be more strategic now kasi recovery period requires you to be more parang rational of what you are doing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for example, you're into business, uh, you know that you invest your time as an entrepreneur or even in your career kasi sabi nga, madami tayong nababasa, careers now are no longer as long-term and stable as before.
Mm-hmm.
Dahil um, the new generation wants more independence or autonomy in life, di ba?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sovereignty in their in life. So ayaw nila masyado ng parang
Nakatali.
naka-bond sila or nakatali
Mm-hmm.
doon in an organization for a long time. So they're more now into doing things like Upwork, yung mga getting clients on their own, di ba? Oo. So what I
Commissions.
suggest is, yeah, so with more free time on their own. So kung gusto
Mm-mm.
nilang magpuyat ngayon, tapusin yung kanilang project, and then after a
Move.
while, vacation, di ba ganun na ngayon sila?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oo. What I can suggest is, first, if you have not done it yet, siguro balikan nila yung mga previous episodes nyo, panoorin yung decluttering, and then panoorin din nila yung space clearing. Tapos, lahat ng yon makakatulong before even asking for a feng shui consultation. Gawin nyo na muna yon para on your own, you will appreciate the effects. Kasi those are self-help activities, di ba? You don't need naman someone to help you in decluttering. Of course, you need helpers siguro to declutter if ang daming clutter. Or you can do it slowly at a time kasi kung abrupt naman, may parang hindi maganda yung biglang dramatic change of energy kasi baka hindi mo makayanan yung changes, di ba? Subtly done, okay then. Until ma-accomplish mo yung gusto mo, and then space clearing, what were suggested, you can do that, and then study also the space behavior of your house using the chart that you showed earlier from your previous episodes. And then once you're nakikita mong medyo nag-i-improve, then I suggest you that's the time then you call a consultant like myself or si Reverend Isa or whoever is you nakilala na nila to help them more improve their lives. For example, as an investor, as a business person kasi, let's talk about entrepreneurship kasi parang yun ang gusto nating mangyari ngayon, di ba? Empower people to be on their own. Of course, you know your strength. Although medyo bias ang read mo noon sa sarili mo kasi kung ano yung gusto mo, medyo hindi mo titingnan yung medyo blinded ka on your shadows on your other spots, di ba? But with the help of parang tayo, feng shui consultant, but we do not rely on our own to read our own chart kasi babasahin ko lang yung magaganda. Ayokong basahin yung pangit, di ba? So parang doctor, we also consult a doctor also consult their fellow doctors para walang bias. So like in our case, for them, they can set an appointment for consultation so we can help them, tell them these are, based on your chart, these are your strengths and weaknesses. So if you do this is the path of least resistance, ganyan. Otherwise, ito naman, option B, pwede naman, pero mas mag-i-exert ka ng effort, mas mapupuyat ka dyan, it will require you more time, magkailangan mo pang siguro mag-take ng short courses, whereas this, nandito na yun sa'yo, madali na, di ba? And then if you want to expand, syempre maghahanap ka ng business partner or you will look for financing kasi you don't want naman to expose all your assets, all your personal holdings for a business kasi business is also risky, di ba? So we tell them now, sige, sino ba ang potential business partner mo? Ganito, ganito, ganito. Or even before looking for a business partner, we tell them that this is the profile of a business partner that you should be looking for. Or sometimes, hindi ka bagay na mag-loan sa bank. Instead, approach first these types of person kasi ito yung mas madali sa'yo kung gusto mong hindi ka mahirapan. Or, aside from that, we tell them na make sure na ito yung magiging office mo or house mo, i-rearrange mo para dito yung home office mo kung sa bahay siya nag-o-office. So that everything is in place and supportive. Kasi the energies naman in a house can be good for another person but not so good for another person kasi magkakaiba-iba nga yung di ba, yung chart ng person. So we just make sure na everything is in alignment, harmonized, and then supportive. So that mas ma-maximize niya yung return sa kanya sa effort niya. Now, for example, instead of making 100,000, by doing all these things, medyo na double, na triple, or even millions, yung ganon. Plus, of course, yung health ng person. By doing this, you don't exert too much effort, you don't encounter too much stress. Therefore, you don't deplete your energy too much. You're still lively at the end of the day. Instead of parang exhausted ka na hindi ka na makausap ng family members mo, gusto mo nang matulog.
Oh my God.
Yung mga ganon, di ba?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So that's
binabalance
it,
lang
no?
natin. Oo.
Wow. So parang ano ko lang, no, na nagsimula tayo sa, of course, looking into the decluttering, no? And then
Mm-mm.
the space clearing, and then adjusting some space that you can see already around you. And then
Yeah.
after that, then we can go into the personal consultation kasi talagang dapat maging personalized siya, no? So
Yes.
hindi pwede
Oo.
yung bibili lang tayo ng ganito at then we are
Oo.
already satisfied with that, no? So it should really be a personalized the feng shui, no?
Yeah.
So,
Because it's an added, ano, di ba? It's an added
mhm,
value in what you do. Kasi
mhm,
you're investing, in fact, your life. You're investing your life in
yeah,
doing something because you know that
mhm,
it's parang that's your urge, your spirit urge to
yeah,
do this. And then, although we know that if it's the spirits that's urging you, the spirit will
mm,
make sure that you're able to accomplish it. Di ba?
yeah,
Kumbaga parang ano yan eh, yung they part the Red Sea so that
mm,
you can pass through if you're being led by your spirit. Yeah. So
yes,
that's
yes,
one
that's
thing
really true.
that everybody has to be aware also. And then
Yeah,
we just make sure that your surrounding, kasi your energy is ano eh, you're not the only one influencing the energy of the space. Unless
yeah,
you're a one-man show, na siguro you don't need too much feng shui if you're a one-man show. But the moment you
tag-isa sa
involve
bahay.
other, yeah, the moment you involve others, you have to make sure na i-harmonize natin yun. Because when God provides us the energy, the surrounding, etc., He
Mm,
makes the energy naman in this 3D world, di ba? He makes sure
yes,
na
yes,
He sends you the helpful people to help you because
yes,
God cannot ano naman eh converse with you in the He uses others, 'di ba? We are the channels kumbaga. He uses
yeah,
others who have this competency to help you, parang to reveal to you na ito yung gawin mo ganyan 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 ganyan. So we're
yeah,
all just
yes,
being helping each other
mhm,
sustainably.
yes. Yes. So parang ngayon nga yung ano ngayon, 'di ba? Parang maraming mga groups ngayon na they're really helping each other. It's really like ang dami ko nakita mga business groups that they're really helping each other, and
Yeah.
that's a good development siguro ng consciousness ng humanity ngayon, ano? It's no
Oo.
longer just a competition for one another, but really helping each other. So
Yeah.
I think Darlene, we missed Darlene. We lost Darlene, right? Yes.
Babalik siguro siya.
Yeah. So marami pa naman sigurong tanong siya sa'yo. Yeah, so because we have prepared. So what about your feeling for this last quarter? Um, ano ba sa Feng Shui ang feeling or sa astrology ng nitong nitong last
Okay.
quarter na to? Is there anything that we have to be aware?
Okay. Since everything is seasonal, we know that
Mm-hmm.
the last part of the year, the second half, is towards the colder season, di ba? Because it's in terms of the as- uh, the formation of the solar system that we know of, uh,
Mm-hmm.
yung towards the from August, because uh, in our astrology that we follow, we don't start with
Mm-hmm.
January, but we start with the spring cycle
Yeah.
using the solar system of the farmers. It's February. So
Mm-hmm.
the seventh month, which is the second half, starts on August. Yung may ghost month pa nga ang tinatawag.
Yeah,
So
tawag
the
nila.
second
Oo.
part, the first part parang is the melting of the snow in summer, and then the second part is the setting of the weakening of the sun and going into colder period. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Again, we will go back doon sa temperament ng persons kasi there are different types of persons and personality. Some persons and personalities are more attuned to the first part of the year, the spring,
Mm-hmm.
summer time. And then there are persons naman who are more attuned to the second half of the year, which is autumn and winter.
Mhm.
So, if you will notice, kung may nalulugi, meron din namang kumikita. It's
Mm-mm.
because it's because just of the season where that occurred. So it's part also of knowing the strength and weaknesses of a person when they consult with a consultant, when should they move forward and when should they retreat and reflect and do the planning, ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Because you cannot do it all year round. Meron talagang time to
May-
act and then time to reflect, 'di ba? Gano'n naman 'yan.
yes,
Parang
yes,
24
yes.
hours, may time to may tinatawag na araw o lalabas ka dahil araw, may time na gabi para mag-rest. Pero ngayon nga, yung
Yes.
iba nga mas gising sa gabi, 'di ba, tulog sa araw. So depende kung alin yung kung saan ka
Hanggang
suitable.
saan. Napapasok pa rin tayo dun sa personal chart ng bawat
Yeah,
isa. Yeah, that's really good. So, Darlene, we lost you. Do you have any question before we take a break?
Actually, teacher, yung last part na narinig ko was very important. Wala na po akong question right now from the audience. I think if we're going to have one, and thank you so much.
Yeah, so maybe we pause the break again. Greg, thank you again, and then we'll come back. No, we're not finished
yes.
yet with you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take a break.
We will be back shortly. This is Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media Network. Are you looking for a solution to address injuries using an advanced, non-messy method? EverCryo is here for you. A good way to address injuries and inflamed muscles. EverCryo. Introducing the medical treatment for a range of physical alignments. EverCryo Compression Therapy System. A system that is easy to use. Quick and easy to set up for fast relief from pain and quicker recovery from injury or surgery. Perfect for anyone who experiences frequent pain or inflammation in a certain area of the body. Wrap on and get some cold compression therapy. EverCryo, an innovative therapeutic system to heal comfortably, less the mess. Video conferencing has never been crucial to your business than ever before, whether it's work from home or remote work collaboration. Productive team meetings are crucial to your business success. So whether it's for personal use or from small to medium to large conference meeting rooms, Logitech has the right solution right for you. With our partner Inolution's track record of responsive service, you can be assured of reliable and effective video collaboration all the time. Inolution, supporting your business as always. To serve you sooner, email us at support@inolution.com.ph.
Imagine a call center service where everything works just like it should. Introducing Voiso, hosted call center solution. Agile call center suite. Advanced real-time dashboard to track agent behavior. Instantly switch between call stages with event-based navigation. The right international telecom experience your business needs. Do more with your call.
Inolution, supporting your business as always. Now back to Philippine Business Feng Shui, only here on Big Media Network.
Now we're back with our guest, Greg Çiocson. So, Greg,
Hello again,
it's
Isa and Darlene,
yeah,
and to the viewers around the world.
yes, around the world. We're really so happy, and I think I'm going to really connect with you again, even after the show.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yes, okay. So,
Maybe,
this, yes, sorry,
teacher,
yes,
yes, there's there's a lot of people that would surely be looking forward to have personal consultation with you. Alam ko madadagdagan ng trabaho mo, Sir Greg.
Ah, meron pala akong i-share kasi
Ako,
relevant ito
sige.
ngayon. Uso ngayon yung, kasi in this digital age, karamihan sa mga entrepreneurs ngayon are online selling, di ba?
Yeah.
Whether
Yes.
it's Shopee platform, Lazada, yung ganon, or Facebook, etc. Napansin ko, yun na rin yung mga new addition to those who are looking for consultation. And I'm so proud of them kasi na-realize ko na ito palang mga online entrepreneurs na to, they're making decent amounts na, in fact, ang pinako-consult nila is part of their building houses, ganyan. Sabi ko, wow, talagang nag-iiba na yung environment ng business ngayon. Hindi na yung tradition. Kasi sila ngayon yung may mga prosperous energy.
It's really true.
Oo,
Actually,
diba?
even, yeah, in the online, even just in YouTube, you know? Even my brother-in-law was really like, he settled here in the Philippines, and as he says, his maintenance here in the Philippines already comes from YouTube.
Oo.
So it's really, yeah. Yeah,
So, and
that's
then
really
it's good
true.
that they think of not really squandering their earnings, but to build a house for their family, diba? So kasi it's a good investment. And I'm so
Yeah.
happy for them that they also considered Feng Shui as part of their strategy to make sure that their house is supportive of their activities. Kasi napansin ko, part of their house, they kasi they're into online selling and delivery. Nagkakaroon ng space doon sa house kung saan sila maglalagay ng stocks.
Oh, yeah.
Oo. Wala naman yan before eh.
So you
Oo.
tell them where to put the stock.
Yeah, and where
Huh?
they
Yeah,
hold
okay.
office. Oo.
Yes,
Kasi hindi naman
yes.
sila nag-o-office na sa labas, kundi doon na sa house eh.
Doon sa bahay, yeah.
Oo.
So,
Very practical nga ngayon, di ba, Sir
Yeah.
Greg?
Oo.
Oo. And where can they find you, Sir Greg? Nga pala.
Okay, for consultations, they can text me to set an appointment. It's my number is 0995 900 0023. If you're from abroad, you just add +63 and remove the 0. And then for my
Yeah.
email, it's punsoy@ymail.com. punsoy@ymail.com.
Feng Shui Tagalog. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's cute. And
Very
I think that
creative.
great something that you have is at the website. Greater. I saw
Greater
that in your.
consultations, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it with your name, Greater.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So, Greg, we would like to request you for a last word that you can share to our viewers and listeners.
I see.
Ano ba ang
Yeah,
parang major na gusto mo sabihin sa kanila?
I see. First of all, you really have to, before kasi you act, you do some reflection. That's how naman talaga it starts, di ba? From within to before you can manifest it outwardly. You can probably contact Reverend Isa to help you parang bring out what is your spirit, what's the urge of your spirit, or you can also contact me and I can refer you to Isa or to whoever is available at the time, kasi I'm sure not everybody is available at the time na may tatawag, di ba? So we can start from there so that may parang long-term and may spirit urge talaga yung mga gagawin mo. You don't have to be a perfect person. Of course, meron tayong mga shadows, meron din tayong mga we will highlight what are your strengths. Yung weaknesses mo, that's something that you should still parang polish, di ba? Whatever it is. Kasi yan pa rin naman yung other part that you will have to learn. But yung strength mo, immediately, yun yung kailangan nating ma-highlight kasi that's where your path of least resistance. Kasi nga, if you focus on your weakness, pwede naman, pero parang wag mo siyang gawing
Baka
path
mahina.
doon sa business mo kasi ano yun you will learn lessons to be learned pa yun baka matapos yung lifetime mo ngayon hindi mo tuloy nagawa. So after you learn yung urge ng spirit mo na itong gawin mo, kasi 'di ba we're supposed to be, this is a symbiotic habitat where each one serves each other kasi service to humanity, 'di ba? And then of course we will advise you to do it ethically. Hindi porket marunong ka nito, gagawin mo yun sa kanya kahit ayaw naman niya, di ba? Or it's against the interest of the person. So we do things ethical and sustainable. When we say sustainable naman, symbiotic. So how do we make it sustainable? There's an energy exchange kasi you don't want each other to get depleted or puro one way, di ba? What will sustain the person? Kasi God's energy, when it trickles down to the earth, it is in the form of gross energy, 'di ba, dito sa earth. And the accepted ngayon energy exchange is in the form of our currency, or sometimes it's in the form of exchange of services. Marami naman. So parang that's how we do it, by knowing first your spirit urge, and then we can proceed to strategizing kung saan ka magandang business. Kasi akala mo yung pala ang gusto mo nagsusulat, pero hindi mo alam kung ano ba yon. Are you good at writing for others or for yourself? Diba?
Yeah.
Are you good at writing this type of stories or these stories? Or are you good at selling what? Fruits, vegetables, clothes? Ano ba? So, makakatulong din yun for a person to decide. And then it gives naman, di ba, the push and then the confidence na all areas tackled niya before siya nag-launch ng kanyang product. And also, when you open pala your business, when you start, kahit hindi ka naman nag-launch with, of course, it helps if you enlist siguro big media when you launch, di ba? But when you start, we also advise kung anong magandang date na mag-start. Kasi there are mga araw din naman, may mga personality. May day kasi na this day is good for this day is good for this. So we suggest na, if you want to, this is the good day to start your business, ganyan. So para from may good start, di ba? Yung mga ganon.
Yeah.
So lahat yun, ipapackage natin doon sa kanila para makikita natin sila in less than a year. Wow, nagkaroon na ng branch, nag-expand na.
Yeah, and everybody is happy. Yeah.
Yes.
It's prosperity for everyone talaga.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much for your wisdom,
Thank
Teacher Jen.
you.
Wait, naalala ko pala,
Oh.
you have listeners na OFWs, di ba?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
What I suggest, kasi this is based naman, I have several naman who consulted with me na OFW. What they do is, kasi di ba they send money home and then they ask their loved ones here to also find them, let's say, build a new house or condominium, ganyan. OFWs, consider then Feng Shui for when choosing your property, when building a house. Kasi you want the house to have love, di ba? Hindi yung pag-uwi mo, nag-aaway-away pala sa loob ng bahay. Kasi hindi pala maganda yung arrangement, yung ganyan. Pag-uwi mo, nasaan si Bunso? Yung pala wala doon dahil ayaw nang umuwi dahil laging may kaaway doon sa... So we make sure na yung mga bedrooms nila naka-match doon sa personality ng bawat anak nyo, ganyan. Tapos, hindi porket, halimbawa, you are working in Italy, tapos gusto mo dalhin yung design, ano ba mga bahay, Mediterranean style.
Yeah.
Tapos i-build natin doon sa municipality ninyo. So we make sure na nag-harmonize din yung house doon sa environment. Na hindi naman po
Yeah.
parang mukhang hinugot natin from Italy tapos dinala natin doon sa Pangasinan, kunyari, di
And
ba?
that's usually what happened that I saw.
Actually, yung buong barko, nakita ko.
Parang may biglang lumitaw na gano'n ang dating. Na,
Tapos yung ibang OFW naman na pagod ng mag-work and gusto nilang magkaroon ng business, pwede rin sila mag-consult para malaman nila kung we can tell them right during the consultation na okay kang mag-business. Kasi meron talaga namang hindi.
Yeah.
Better pang to being employed kasi there are types of person's energy na maganda na kumukuha sila ng better energy from their employers. May ganun din. So, ang sasuggest na lang natin na if you want to, let's say, look for another employer, you can do so at this date and time. Sige, try mo na maghanap dyan ng new employer at this date and time kasi ito yung bigger chances mo na makakahanap ng better benefits or better compensation package. So, yung ganon. Pero kung may good energy naman yung OFW na mag-business, sasabihin naman natin na ito yung mga magagandang business mo. So, kung makahanap ka ng ganitong mga pwede mong i-business sa Philippines, pwede. Or minsan sasabihin natin, dyan, kung saan country ka nandyan, let's say nasa Milan ka or nasa Abu Dhabi, mag-try ka ng mag-business nito dyan. Tingnan mo na kung mag-click kasi sabi sa chart mo pwede without leaving first your work. Parang mag-transition ka. Oo.
Yes, that's beautiful. Ayan ha.
Daming tips. Ayan ha. From local to OFW, di ba?
Yes.
Yes, that's very, very, kaya greater consultation.
Greater consultation.
I love it. Okay. So, Greg, maraming salamat.
Ako dapat magpasalamat kasi I'm sure maririnig to or mapapanood to ng mga viewers nyo. Hindi ko nga alam na meron na pala tayong Philippine Business Feng Shui page. O, ayan, so makakatulong din ito sa ating mga kababayan na who wants to be more enlightened, di ba? And by the way, Feng Shui pala is not does not have anything to do with religion kasi this is just part of strategizing because you have to help yourself, di ba?
Yes, that's really true. That's really part of our living here on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we will talk to you at the backstage later after we end this. Okay, so thank you.
Salamat ulit sa inyo. Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow rin.
What is that? Wow. Talagang wow. Yeah. God sent. No, because we are really looking for the last guest that we can have, and Greg is really God sent. So, what are your reflections now? So we go now to our reflections.
Yes, teacher. For me, the last part Greg has mentioned about the season of your life. Yes, the season. You have this peak season, and of course you have this resting season in which you will also check on yourself, and then syempre ano yon, kasi ganun talaga ang buhay. So it's not just laging peak ng peak ng peak. You have to rest as well.
Yeah, that's really true. Kasi sometimes people will think that it's going down, it's really like their malas, right? It's actually, they just really have to cope up in the time that they really need to rest. Parang 7 cycles of life that we usually teach for every year and for the whole life. So I also love the way he says, and he emphasized that the personal chart is really very important because the personal deals with really who you really are based on the design of God, based on your birthday. And we cannot change that. But that's what we're talking about, the cosmic trinity. When the heaven lack, we cannot change our birthday. So we cannot change our stars. But in the human lack, we can change the way how we live and how we will cope up. And of course, the earth lack is the the environment that we can really change. You know? So that's really beautiful. So maybe we should now go to our Feng Shui magic. So Feng Shui magic is the portion where we feel our limiting beliefs and appeal to the affirmation or declaration of our statement and prosperity. And as Leon Master had said, limitation in life arise from the illusion of having a self-view that is separate from the unlimited presence of God within you. The truth is that you are one with God, and that's unlimited. Through meditation and visualization, you can establish and maintain counter contact with the unlimited part of yourself. Let's go to our limiting beliefs.
So the first one is I'm not worthy of this level of success or happiness.
Well, yeah, some people will really be thinking that they are not worthy of the level, and we call it like um, excellence anxiety, and that usually happens also to women.
Yes.
We call it excellence, afraid to be successful, or it's not right to be successful. So that's the first one. I
For
believe
me,
some people are really, yeah, there you.
yes, yes, for me, teacher is sometimes they want to feel humble, but it's not
Mm,
really being humble, right? It's just
yeah.
better putting yourself down daily.
Yeah, I
When
remember
you deserve.
before when we say, "Oh, you're so good," people will say, "Di naman," instead of "Thank you," instead of "Thank you."
Yes,
Yeah.
instead of appreciating that, you are
Mm-hmm.
greatly validated and appreciated. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first limiting belief. I'm not worthy of this level of success or happiness. So the second limiting belief is I am not smart, committed, or serious enough to do it. Oh, that's a very
Mm,
limited.
yeah, that sometimes happens when something became a failure, and people will say, "Oh, because I'm not serious with it." It became like a, how do you call it? Sour grapes or lemon philosophy, where you just don't want to really see what needs to be done.
Yes, not the things that you have to fix for yourself, or sometimes you have to learn din kasi that situation, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
then you're parang cutting yourself out na dun sa situation na yon that you don't want to experience it anymore, but then you forgot that there's a learning to there, and from the learning to that experience won't stop um going back to you na. Yun naman.
Yes, yes. So now that the heal this limiting beliefs through our affirmation. So now we go to our affirmation. So let us focus on ourselves. You may close your eyes or open your eyes as we declare and we open ourselves into this affirmation. I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am now not confined in the ways and methods of the past. I am free. Let's free ourselves and say again, I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. I am free. Take a deep breath and one last affirmation. I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. I am too. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.
Thank you so much, teacher. Mhm.
Okay, final words, Darleen.
Feng Shui
Pray
is for
is for all.
all. So, for our AOB, we're going to Archangel Raphael Healing House. If you feel stress, tension, and anxiety blocks our mind into creating and manifesting, open up to more abundance and growth by releasing energetic blocks through Reiki energy healing for a calmer mind, body, and spirit. Each healing session includes Reiki healing with crystals, aura cleansing, chakra balancing, and intuitive guidance and stress release techniques. Each Reiki session will surely calm your mind, release stress, anxiety, and body tensions. So start your healing through the Archangel Raphael Healing House. Message at Facebook page or 0936 429 8217. Then we go to Logitech. I guess we can all agree that video collaborations is more than a trend. It has become an important part of every business operation. Whether you are doing online meeting, one-on-one, or meeting your entire team and customers, everyone's voices and ideas needs to be heard and seen. With Logitech's video collaboration solution, you know you are getting the very best for your business. Next is Evercryo. Many of us will agree if I say that body pain and inflamed muscle will always be part of a living. It likes your work. It like you're working to do something to make your body hurts. With Evercryo compression therapy system, you will experience the easy and non-messy system to treat your physical alignments. Next is
The cosmic space. The cosmic space Feng Shui consultation and space enhancement. The balance of Trinity is the key to success in life. Cosmic space consultation brings the balance of your lifestyle and space, whether it is for home or your business, to affect success in life. We empower you and your space. So book your appointment for Cosmic Space Feng Shui consultation and space enhancement at www.cosmichealer.net or contact us at 0977 706 0661. Okay, so we would like again to thank you all for being with us and our guest, Greg Çiocson. So let's go for our blessing. May everyone be happy.
may everyone be well
May everyone be healthy.
and may everyone be prosperous.
So let us do our action. Spirit
Spirit
plus
plus
action
action
is
is equal
equal
to
to prosperity.
prosperity. See you
So
next
thank you.
season.
And
Thank you
thank you,
so
darling. Thank you
much.
sa
Thank you,
next
teacher.
season. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Laging tandaan, sa ikakaunlad ng bayan, Feng Shui ang kailangan. This has been your Philippine Business Feng Shui on Big Media Network with your anchor, Feng Shui and Reiki Master, Reverend Lilian Hewlett, and Dragon Angel Guide, Darleen Turda. Every Sundays at 8 p.m. only here on Big Media Network.